Ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Remnants of Naezith by XepiccatX.
Hello. Wonderful. Thank you very much. So before we get into this game, the speedrun just goes really hard right off the bat. So there's some stuff I want to go over before we do that, just so that you're not jumping in blind. So first off, I'm going to do a roll call. So I am EpiccatX, Bob, Brian, all of these things. Behind me here, we have Shed, who has never played this game. We have Poogle, who has played the first area of this game casually up to a point where she got frustrated. And we have Lurking, who started playing this game very recently. Basically, nobody plays this game. There's like 6,000 people who own the game, so I'm going to be doing solo commentary for this. And before I start the run, I actually want to just go over the very basic mechanics of this game, because if you don't get these, then you're not going to understand any of the game. So the first thing to note, this is a platforming game, so we can go left and right as per usual. We can jump, and we can also double jump in the air. I'm just going to turn the volume down here actually very quickly. There we go. So we can double jump in the air. We can dash, and if you look at the bottom, there's sort of a dash stamina bar that refills as we go through the level. And if we stand still, it recharges faster, which is very useful. The bread and butter of this game, the important part, is the grappling hook, which comes flying off at a 45-degree angle wherever we're aiming, and it will latch onto any wall, ceiling, or anything. It moves us in a circular motion, and we cannot grapple onto spikes, saw blades, metal blocks, stone, all that stuff. The only key thing to know about the grappling hook is the longer it is, the faster we go. So that's all you need to know for now. We'll go into a couple of things once we get into this. So the last thing that I want to say is we are all going to be donating $1 per death of this game, because I'm going to die in this game. And additionally, the very first level of this game has a really stupid start to it. So if I miss it once, then I'm going to reset the level and donate $5. So we'll see how that goes. Yes, absolutely. All right, so we should be ready. If I can get a countdown with the crowd, we'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Oh, hey, we got it, yes. All right, so the first thing you're gonna notice about this game is I am grappling everywhere I can, and I wanna, oh yes, made it through that too. All right, that is 2 scary things out right away. So I'm grappling everywhere I can. The grappling hook actually increases our maximum speed in this game. So basically, the more we grapple, the faster we go. General rule of thumb, very useful to know. As I said before, the grappling hook moves us in a circular arc type of motion. So that means that I don't only have to look at where I'm grappling, I also have to time my releases on my grapples if I want to get the right amount of speed and not go flying off into infinity. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into proper grappling. Here we see these stone walls. If I grapple onto them, it makes music. We can't grapple onto them, so we have to wall jump, because yes, you can wall jump in this game. Very nice stuff. Here we're gonna see in these next couple of levels the property of preserving momentum with our grappling hook, especially vivid in this level. You're gonna see I'm grappling and then making a giant circle, and that's gonna launch me really high up. Very useful mechanic to go throughout this game. Thank you. On this next level here, I do a tiny hop off the edge. You're gonna see that in most levels in this game. That just gets me falling down faster. A lot of things in this game are going faster. Oh, I tried something crazy there. That's the IL strat for this level. Almost got it, not quite, no big deal. On this level, you're gonna notice, especially towards the bottom here, that I'm doing constant grapple jumps. That's because grappling actually resets our double jump in this game. So when I do these grapple jumps, I missed the remnant at the end. When I do these grapple jumps, I'm doing 2 things. First of all, I'm managing my height with them so that I can dodge anything that comes my way if I need to get above a pillar or something like that. And the second thing I'm doing is I'm making sure that I am a set distance away from the roof so that my grapples are as long as possible and I make as much speed as I can. A couple of things there. At the bottom here, you'll see some water. Water in this game is actually the only thing that slows us down as we're moving. So it's important to spend as little time on water as possible. Here's a cool thing. If I grapple onto a wall and then jump, it actually pulls me towards where my grapple is. which is very useful in many places in this game. On this level, if you look at the sides, there's this gross green sludge stuff on the walls. That prevents us from wall jumping up walls, as slime normally does. So that's something to look out for in a lot of levels. We are actually really quickly approaching the end of the first area. This first area is called Jade, and it's sort of like baby's first steps in this game. As we move on into other areas, like this one, we're going to see new color palettes, new levels, new challenges, and the game just gets harder and harder as it goes. This one's a very nice brown color palette and also has a bunch of different levels. Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer, and actually this next level coming up is one of the longest in the game with not much happening. So this is a great time for, let's say, 2 donations.
Sure. We have a $200 donation.
Yes.
From Exepiccat's older brother.
Oh, thanks.
Says, staying up late to watch my brothers run. Good luck, Brian/Bob/ExepiccatC/ whatever the community calls you next. Have fun and play well.
Thank you, guys.
We have time for another one?
Yes, hit me.
We have a $100 donation from Lost Dragonist, who says, let's send XepiccatX to the void. Donation goes to the Remnants of Naezith bonus levels.
Wonderful, thank you. This level, cool thing, is the only one that spawns us in midair. A lot of fun. So yeah, as you saw before, that really long level didn't really have much going on in it. It was kind of long, but there wasn't any like dangerous things in it, unlike those spikes there. That's a general rule of thumb in this game as well, is that longer levels tend to be less mechanically challenging than their shorter counterparts, whereas short levels tend to be, you know, can you nail this grapple, can you jump at the right time, all of that stuff. This next level here puts that spinning move into play that we did earlier. I'm going to spin here. Oh, a little too high, but it still works. Builds up quite a bit of speed so that we can get over this water thing, again, spending as little time on the water as possible so we don't slow down. If you look to the bottom right here, you'll actually notice the remnant at the bottom, but we can't go into that because it's behind a speed gate, so we actually have to go flying all the way up here just so that we can fall down, slow all the way down, and barely make it through. Interesting gimmick there. This level is called The Hill, and it has no checkpoints on it, which is interesting. If you've been paying close attention, you'll notice that sometimes we pass by these areas with little spinning white things, like one right there. Those are checkpoints, and an interesting thing about this game's speedrun mode is that when you die, you actually lose additional time. So you lose 1 second to the death animation, and then an additional 2 seconds as time speeds up while you're dead. So consistency is good. Here's a cool mechanic. If I grapple and then dash and jump, I actually gain a ton of height. That is called a dash pull and is probably the single most useful mechanic in this game. We're going to be seeing those everywhere. We've actually already seen them everywhere. This level is spin. There's a guy in the community named Snowball who is absolutely insane and has grinded this level for like 60 hours because he's insane. This level, if you are a fan of orbs, this level is for you. We got some orbs chasing us right here, and those will actually kill us unless we dash through them. So we need to make sure that we have our boost stored up properly if we want to do these levels. I'm gonna try something here that I don't always get. See, I'll take it. That is good enough. The IL strat on this gets actually one of the highest top speeds in this game going through that area, which is pretty cool. This level is called Mist. It's one of my least favorite in the game because the first area in it has no grappling. It's all about just movement mechanics that I'm not super fond of, but some people really like it. It's got these weird like spike jumps that we can do throughout it, which make use of really weird spike hitboxes and other stuff. No, I can't do them. I'm not that good. Here we have Red Mire, and at the end are these red lasers, and we're actually going to see them basically everywhere throughout the run now. That's the first time they're really visible. So like here, spike hitbox is being mean to me. Here, if we go up all the... All right. I see what you're doing, game. I see what you're doing, game. Let's just... Okay, I'm just going to go the slow way. This game's being mean. If we go all the way up here, we got this bounce pad here, and you see there are lasers everywhere. Tons of lasers. They look like candy, they look like licorice, but you don't want to eat them because they taste like burning flesh and sadness. Here we're actually on the last level of sand. This is sunken caves, and the water at the bottom is chasing us all the way up, but as long as we're fast, we make it through with no problem, so now we're into metal. And metal is a beautiful zone. This blue color is so nice, but it's also a very mean zone because everything wants to kill you. This is where the game starts going out of its way to actually like make your life miserable. Like we've got these orbs where you have to manage your dash. Orb, thank you. We've got levels where things are covered with red laser candy things. Lasers, not candy, lasers. Gotta remind myself. We got levels where lasers will pop out of nowhere. Like this one, these light beams, if we go too slow and dawdle a little too long, they turn into red lasers and kill us. Like, that's just evil. Who would design something like this? This is mean. And yeah, this area just sort of... this area kicks up the difficulty a whole lot. Usually not this level. There we go. This level's called Tunnel, and this one's all about preserving your momentum in it, which I obviously can't do. There are these laser hallways, and if we go through here and I do this properly, we can build up some momentum, build up some momentum, build up some momentum, and carry it all the way through here. That feels really good to do. Is a lot of fun to carry momentum through this. This next level here is one of those short mechanical ones. This is called Escape, and it actually introduces us to yellow lasers, which are very friendly because we can both move through them and grapple onto them. Very nice. Up here we have 3 levels with a lot of moving parts, saw blades, lasers, and the works. So if you want, we have time for 3 donations, maybe more. We'll see where we get with 3.
Sure, we will see. We have a $150 donation from Rory Rye 7, who says, this movement is insane, and I want to see more of it.
Thank you, Rory. Good friend.
We have a $25 donation from Undertaker Dan, who says, no idea what is happening, but it looks quick. We have a $5 donation from -7, who says, proud to see Naezith at a GDQ, and with our big boy Epic Cat representing, no less. Doubling this donation if you get an IL record, tripling if it's chamber. You up for it, Bob? Kappa Ross.
No, not even close. -7 is a huge member in the community. She has done a lot of work with tassing and has several world records, so thank you a lot for that. Here we have a cool level called Floodgate, which has these really aesthetically pleasing blue floating water blocks. Like, look at them, they're gorgeous. They look better than I do. I wish they'd been used anywhere else in this game because of how gorgeous they are, but fortunately it was not meant to be. I just skipped a cycle there. Cycles don't exist in this game, except for here. There are a lot of cycles here, and we're actually not on the fastest one because that would be stupid to do in a marathon. Make it through that. Cycles in that level are very difficult to do. The world record is basically who can skip past the lasers the fastest, which is weird. That level that we just did, that was Redshift, and there were some portals in it. This level is called Plumber. There are also some portals in this. The next level is called Vertical, and it has portals too. Just don't ask about portals, please. I don't know how they work. Nobody knows how they work. They're actually Magic Dragon stuff, I'm convinced. Portals are like the weirdest thing in this game. Oh, hey, I've been missing that all week. That feels good. Here we have Zigzag, which is filled with our evil red laser candy, not candy, evil red laser enemies, not candy. We've got our friendly yellow lasers, and we have these orange lasers, which are kind of neutral. They're like that person that you see around town every so often, and you like nod at each other, but you don't really talk. You can grapple onto them. You can grapple onto them, but if you try to touch them, they will kill you, so they're somewhere in the middle. This level is called Elevator. It's rude. People tend to die and spend hours on this, as Lurking would know. This level is called Wall of Shear. It's also rude. I'm gonna try for the fast... No, I'm gonna fail the fast strat. Let's go again. This fast strat's cool. This fast strat's not cool. Aha, there we go. And if I hit this, and I hit this... All right, never mind. We're just gonna do this slow way. If you hit that correctly, you can actually build up a lot of speed and make it all the way up to this remnant up here a lot faster than I did. So pretty cool stuff. We're actually getting really close to the end of Metal. This level is called Techie, and it's a very technical level to play for the first time. And it's actually an even more technical level to speedrun. There are some crazy things we can do. We are now just a short climb away. This is actually one of the easier levels considering it's the end. And now we are in Crystal. The first thing you'll notice in here is that there's a lot of saw blades. Like, I lost count at like 10 or 15 or something. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I can't count any higher than that. There's a lot of saw blades. And once we make it through this level, guess what? There's more saw blades. My favorite. Once you get past the fact that saw blades are everywhere and haunting you and all of your friends are actually saw blades, you'll notice that there's lasers and there's spikes and there's water and there's all kinds of stuff that's just there to be mean to you. And then there's more saw blades. Like, they're in every level, I swear. It's insane. But in all seriousness, this zone is absolutely mind-bogglingly difficult to complete. There is only one deathless run recorded of this, and it was done by me, and you've seen how much I've already died. That's not happening again. I don't think anybody else is insane enough to go for a deathless run, and when there are levels that are not super short and mechanical and filled with saw blades, you get levels like this, which are like 1,000,000 seconds long and filled with evil lasers, and like, the zone is just pure evil. I don't know why anybody would make a game like this, but it is a lot of fun to do if you are going slightly fast. This level in particular is bonkers to watch it done fast. You can like conserve momentum really crazily in it. But thankfully we make it through, and now we're onto a level called Limbo. And you can probably see where this level gets its name from. One property of red lasers is you can grapple through them, which makes this level's gimmick possible. Here we have Old Way, and the trick here is to hold my dash and jump so I can make it up there, and then the rest of it is just avoiding spikes. By the way, these crystal things are spikes if it wasn't obvious yet. This level here is called Crossfire. It's probably one of my least favorites in this zone, maybe even in this game. These orbs are chasing us and being really rude, and they tend to kill me a lot. I'm glad I made it through that one. Here we have Detour, which has these really slow-moving red lasers, and they're like really slow-moving. Like sometimes I'll think that I'm going a decent speed, and then they'll just like take forever to catch up to me and kill me, and it's really weird. Lurking, this is for you. Fast strat, yes. Here we have Vertigo. I don't have enough boost for this. I do not have enough boost for this. All right, let's try that again. Vertigo has a really crazy IL strat that I have no consistency on. So instead I opt for the slow strat, which doesn't even look that bad. It looks pretty cool. Unless you hit spikes, then it looks a little bit worse. All right, let's see. Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Build up some speed. Use our dash. There we go. That was easy. First try every time. This level is called Surge. Just like Sunken Caves, the water's chasing us, but this time it's even slower for some reason. We make it through there, and this is Metamorphosis. This is one of the 3 what I like to call monster levels of this game. There are 3 levels in this zone that sort of break the rule of long levels not being mechanically challenging. And they are this one called Ascend, and one called Couloir. These levels are long, grueling tests of your sanity. They're filled with spikes, they're filled with lasers, they're filled with moving parts, saw blades, of course, and like lots of saw blades. Like you'll see coming up here, there's still so many saw blades, it's insane. Like look at this. How many hardware stores did this dragon buy just to defend his treasure? Like, it's nuts. We make it through. This level's called Hall of Despair, cheerful name. It has these 1x1 blocks that are covered with saw blades, of course. And the blocks themselves are actually timed. So if you grapple onto them for more than half a second, they will forcibly remove your grapple and probably fill you with despair. Not the most fun level. Here we have Ascend. I was gonna try going for something fast, but once you die, you can't exactly do that. So we'll do it the slow way. Meander on up here. We can hit a boost pad here. And saw blades, again, still, they haunt me in my dreams. I see them everywhere. Once we make it past the saw blades, there's more saw blades. But once we make it past those saw blades, there's more saw blades. And once we make it past, I'm just gonna stop there. This level is really spooky, and optimizing it is actually surprisingly difficult. Getting to the end of that level with the right amount of boost going quickly is not easy to do. This level's called Heretic, and the hardest part of it is right here. where we weave through the lasers, no problem. Even harder is this level. This is the last of our monster level trio. This one's called Cooler. Did I mention that? I don't remember. It's got spikes instead of saw blades, and like everything has spikes. There are 4 platforms on this that don't have spikes. One is the spawn, 2 of them are checkpoints, and one of them for some reason is just a random 1x1 that I think they forgot to put spikes on. Getting through this level for the first time took me like hours. It was not a fun experience. Thankfully, I can do it fairly consistently now. And we are moving on to Ascend. Ascend is a level that could be considered a monster level. It's long, it's challenging, but in my opinion, at least the checkpoints are a lot more forgiving than the other levels. The hardest part, if you look to the left, we're gonna have to go up there. That's probably the hardest part. It's filled with candy. I mean, lasers. I gotta remind myself every time, this is not candy. Filled with lasers, and as long as we play it a little slow, no problem, and we're on to Ruins. This level is very appropriately named because it ruins all of my good runs. Get it? Because it's called Ruins. No, this level is actually really difficult to do, especially your first time through. It's tight quarters, there's spikes everywhere. You have to do dash pulls that are stupidly accurate. Not a very fun one. Once we made it through that, we're on to Hope. The hardest part is this jump, but I have good muscle memory. Feels good. We are now just one short grapple away from the last level in the game. And this is called Chamber. It features a riveting 20 seconds of spinning in circles. That is right. If you like circles, this is your level. On the right side, you see saw blades that are slowly opening up, and we have to wait for them to be wide open enough for us to fit through, but we also have to wait for a cycle where we can get through without dying to the lasers or the saw blades, which would be this one. And I can take my hands off because time. That is Remnants of Naezith, all chapters, 80 levels. I had a few runs earlier this week that were like seconds off world records, so I was hoping to get that, but can't always win them. How are we looking for the incentive?
The bonus levels incentive was just met.
Yes! Wonderful. All right, so if we look at the regular IO level select screen, you'll see that there's 20 green, brown, blue levels, and then in every area there's 2 red levels, just to show off where the whole bonus thing comes from. This level is called Chasm, which we saw very early on, but each of these areas has 2 levels with secrets in them. So like this one, if we build up enough speed to make it up here, there's actually like a mini chunk of dragon flesh up here, and we bring it to the ending, and that's what unlocks these bonus levels. So we're gonna be going through all of them. The very last one is kind of spooky. But we'll see how it goes. If you want to count me down, and then we'll go through them in order. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, so this is area 1. I already messed it up. This level is all about your movement without the grappling hook. And there's some really crazy things that we can do here, but crazy for me is beating the level. That's area 1. 1 down, 7 to go. This is called a wet level name, very creative level name. We have to slide along this water for a little bit, and then wait for our dash to come back. And then as we climb up here, we'll see some 1x1 blocks, just like in Hall of Despair, and we make it up. That is a wet level name. This level is called Bolt. You're intended to go like this and follow the water down all the way to the end, but that's slow, and we don't like that. So our fast strat is actually to do this. And if we get it just right, we can hit that, get a ton of speed, and carry it all the way to the end of the level. Just like so. That is Bolt. All right, up next is Victim. And this one has orbs flying at us. And if we build up a bunch of momentum here with these teleporters, you go flying up, make it to the end, no problem, easy peasy. All right, here we have Rush. And as the name suggests, we gotta go fast here because Candy is chasing us and it's evil. Make it through. Now we're on to Boost. These are going super fast. Boost has a really weird start to it and can kill you a lot of the time. All right, there we go. That'll do. That is Boost. All right, that is 6 down and 2 to go. These are dropping like flies. This level is actually pretty funny. So there are orbs in the corners, of course, that are chasing you, and you're intended to sort of go around in a circle and gather them all together until you go through that red laser. I don't like that. I'm lazy, so instead I just decide to do this. If you remember earlier, I said that you can dash through these without taking damage, and you can also recharge your dash faster if you're not moving. So I could sit here all day and just wait for these lasers to go away as I dash through the orbs. No problem. All right, that is Cube. And now the big one, the final boss of this game is Void. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. So these are 2x1 blocks. On the outside, they are all covered with stone, so that means if I grapple onto anything but the top of the block, it will bounce off and I will die, and they have saw blades on them. So I have to intentionally miss my grapple over top and wait for the grapple to pull back towards me if I want to grapple onto these. This level is mean. It is very mean. So we'll see how this goes. So far, so good. Okay, that was close. I went a little too far with that one. You can see the ghost there. One of the cool things about this game's ILs is that you have ghosts that you can run against. There's playback features. This game is just set up incredibly well as a speed game. You can slow down and speed up replays. You can see inputs and replays. There's just a lot of really cool things in this game to help us out. Unless you're playing this level and then you feel bad about going super slow because you want to be fast like that ghost. If you want to read off a donation while I'm trying to do this, that would be perfectly fine.
Absolutely. We have a $250 donation from Naezith.
Hey!
Who says, it was my dream to watch a GDQ speedrun. Do we have time for another?
Absolutely.
We have another $250 donation.
Holy smokes.
From CJ Haza 162 says, okay, this Naezith run is insane. Even more insane than Enigma's taste in jackets. Come on, give me a break. Come on.
You can keep on going.
Oh, sure. Let's see here. We have another $250 donation from Ryfampin, who says, never heard of this game prior to now, but it looks super cool. Donation goes to the classic Super Mario Bros. 3 race.
Nice. This game is super cool. I would recommend it to basically everybody who likes losing hours and hours of their time to this game without realizing, oh, okay. I'm just gonna wait for one more boost charge. And time. Oh, that was Void. So there you go. That is all of the content that came out with this game. There are also custom levels. So there are like a billion levels that you haven't seen. So there's so much to this game. This game is $10, and actually right now it's on sale basically everywhere for half off. So check this game out. We have a Discord. I have guides set up on YouTube and stuff like that. Very welcoming community. We will help you out with anything. Even if you just want to casually play this game, there'll always be people there to help you. And I want to shout out everybody in the Naezith Discord, and particularly Naezith or Tolga for developing this game. He did a fantastic job. And also shout outs to his wife for this wonderful t-shirt art. Thank you very much.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much for that amazing run of Remnants of Naezith, especially for hitting those bonus levels incentives as well. Right now, we are currently experiencing some technical issues, so we are going to be taking the stream down for just a moment. Just a reminder, you may need to refresh your stream to get back to us once we do the refresh, so we'll be right back. All right, thank you very much. Again, you may need to refresh your feeds to make sure you're up to date with us. Thank you for sitting through those difficulties with us. We got a few more donations from Naezith that came on through, and then I'm going to pass it over to our next host in just a moment. Let's see here. We had a $140 donation from the Fifth Matt who says, this run and commentary is so impressive. I got to see those bonus levels. And you sure did. Thank you very much. We had a $25 donation from Marcel Lewandowski who says, longtime watcher, longtime donator. Thanks to the GDQ staff and helpers to make such an event possible. Good luck to EpicCat for his Remnants of Naezith run. Early morning greetings from the United Kingdom. $25 from Not a Spider who says, if red lasers are licorice, what flavor are yellow lasers? Lemon. Also, just a reminder, our next donation challenge is Cave Story Chaco's Lipstick. That is going to be at $7,500. That's currently sitting at $5,717. So we're still approximately a little $1,200 away, give or take. Just a reminder, coming up next, our next run is going to be Winner Bit with Looney Tunes. We're still getting set up for that. And right now, I'm going to hand it over to our next host, Smooth Operative.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Smooth Operative, and I will be taking over the shift for hosting the next few hours. So I hope everyone is getting ready to settle in for the next run, which will be Looney Tunes by Winner Bit. In the meantime, we have a few donations that I will be reading for you right now. $10 from Big Batterick that says, Enigma, your jackets are great, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I can see Mr. Enigma in person, and I can confirm the jacket is amazing. $30 from Anthony Plasaris. Here's to more Mario, because any day is better with more Mario. We have $25 from Anonymous. Greetings from the floor in front of the back couch. Ori community is cheering for you, Bob, but let's make sure this bonus level incentive gets met. $15 from Zaz. Gonna donate towards the Fire Emblem Fates name, Glory to Corn. $50 from Money125. I don't have as much time to watch this SGDQ, but I do still have some money, so have some money. And thank you so much. Just to remind everyone that this SGDQ is powered by Twitch and benefiting Doctors Without Borders. In 2008, cared for more than 11 million people caught in war zones, disasters, epidemics, urban slums, and remote or isolated regions. More than 40,000 doctors, nurses, midwives, epidemiologists, water and sanitation experts, and other qualified professionals, most of whom are locally hired, ran 446 medical relief projects in over 70 countries. Our team's dedication and hard work combined with your generosity has allowed us to hospitalize 7,058 people for illnesses and injuries ranging from pneumonia and tuberculosis to war wounds and severe burns. We treated close to 2.4 million malaria patients, conducted 100,005 major surgeries, and assisted 309,000 births, including tens of thousands of obstetric emergencies, and cared for 74,000 severely malnourished children in our feeding centers and vaccinated nearly 1.5 million children during the outbreak of measles. So all donations count toward this great cause. Thank you so much to all of our donors so far in the event, and I hope you are enjoying from home.